Occupy Wall Street roared back to life on Wednesday as 10 protesters were arrested in a day of resurgent Occupy Wall Street rallies. The two protests attracted as many as 200 people to a pair of protests at the New York Public Library and the world headquarters of Pfizer Inc., the world's largest pharmaceutical company.
I'm not against corporations as an idea necessarily. I'm against corporate power and influence in Washington and this kind of undue balance of power. I think that with proper regulation and with proper structure, corporations are a worthwhile thing. I think they, the degree of productivity and efficiency they can generate is not something that we can deny as we move forward technologically as fast as possible. But I think that where we're at right now, the corporations have way, way too much power and influence, and we've completely corrupted the entire system, and it needs to end.
Shame on Pfizer, you're a bunch of liars. Shame on Pfizer, you're a bunch of liars.
Dozens of police officers showed up to patrol the protest, and they followed along as the protesters marched from Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan, near the main library branch, to the Pfizer headquarters. The supporters spoke out against Pfizer's lobbying efforts to get a tax break for big businesses and corporations. Pfizer responded after the protest by saying in a statement obtained by Reuters that it does engage in activities with legislative organizations, but that it does so only to advance the health of all Americans.
Like yesterday, we had a support rally organized by another group, and there were people singing songs about how great it is to be arrested for justice. It's really not. It's kind of terrifying. You're entered into a system where you're processed as a potential criminal. But if it's a crime to speak up against injustice, if it's a crime to rise up against a system that is oppressing you, you might as well do it.
The movement appears to be roaring back to life as new posters bearing Occupy, economic equality, and anti-police brutality messages have gone up across New York City over the last couple of weeks.
We never died. I spent 2 months in jail, and all the time that I was in jail, I was occupying. We never died. This movement will never die.
Zuccotti Park is the former headquarters of the Occupy Wall Street, but NYPD officers kicked protesters out of the site late last year, putting a temporary symbolic end to the protest movement. Jessica Minton, IB Times TV.